You think Dustin sticks around if he sleeps max? Also, quick impression of Ilya. Flounty, lounty, downty, I got to knock out, man. Thank you for the 2 months of membership. Dustin sticks around if he sleeps max. No, I think he'll retire because it was in Louisiana. There's a perfect time for him to retire. I think the crowd will start cheering him on. I think Poirier will consider maybe sticking around in his post-fight speech. And then the crowd will start cheering his name and he'll realize, no, now's the time I should retire. This is the moment. But I do think that he made a mistake. Because if he wins this fight, he's going to be right back into a title elimination bout position. So, it is what it is. I just think there's a certain point in your career where you've earned a lot of money. And it's worth it for you to stick around for your future generations. I don't think Poirier is going to have that life-altering amount of gained CTE in the difference of 1 fight left or 2 fight left or 3 fight left. I think he's already got the amount of CTE that he's going to have. Unless he gets knocked out a bunch of times in a row, which I don't see happening. Thank you for the 5. Yo, Guru, what did Lucas do? Oh, he had a stinker on his tier list of goats. He rage baited, basically. He just put Almond Sarukian in a crazy position for no reason other than to rage bait people. Impression of Marab trying to do math after getting... 5 seconds, I've already read it. Connor impression. Who the fuck is Brian Ortega up there in them rankings, yeah? Don't make no fucking sense, me. Thank you for the $5. I have a Kangal Shepherd, and I recently remembered you saying you could kill any dog. You're a funny guy. I'll say this one more time. Thank you for the $5. Foreskin is your name. I'm the fastest man on the planet. Thank you for the $2, Mayor Lederman. If you own a domesticable dog and you don't think you could take it one-on-one, you are a fucking bitch of a man. And we are not the same. That is more of a revelation of you than it is you trying to condemn me. Never will a domesticatable dog ever be able to beat me in a one-on-one interaction whatsoever. Enough. Stop. Don't start this shit. Thank you for the $2. Fine Piggy, here's your slop. Domers BJ Shrink. You just, you gotta attack the fucking clones, man. What did Darth Vader say all those years ago, buddy? Come on. UFC at the shite. Don't say shite right now. We aren't talking about a poodle, Guru. Oh, God. Shave the beard. What makes you think you can take a dog trained to kill? Because I'm a human being. And I'm a large human being. I'm not some fucking average 5'8", 115-pound man. Okay? I'm 6'3.5", damn near pushing 6'4", 250 pounds, kind of muscled up as well. I'm not some fucking average bitch. Okay? I can be any fucking dog in a fight. Thank you for the $10. Impression of you as Bully Tom telling my friends Ray and Shane to stop kissing their cousins. Or, fucking hell, Ray, Shane, you absolute fucking degenerates, mate. Fucking cut it out, you absolute fucking creeps. I won't have it, mate. And if you ever fucking take pictures of my fucking kids, I'll fucking rip your fucking nose off, you cunt. So, Tom, what's been going on since we haven't heard from you in the break? If you ever fucking touch if you ever take a fucking photo of my fucking kids, I'll fucking kill you. Sorry. Tom Aspinall's been crashing out about people taking pictures of his kids recently. Well, I'd chuck it in. He sounds like Angry Ginge when he gets... I don't know about the other stuff you said about Lucas, though. He seems like a cool dude, pretty much. Nina Drama has zero originality. That's her issue. I don't know if it's the originality. I think it's just... I don't know. I feel like there's a certain niche of content creators. And I feel like this is how Indian people are on camera as well. Where they just seem like a mobile game ad. Do you know what I mean? Certain people on social media is just, they're such bots that they actually feel like you're watching a YouTube short mobile game ad on camera. You know? Even with the noises in their videos as well and the type of humor. It's very strange, dude. It's a strange new wave of content that comes out. And it seems to get like crazy views. So I guess it works. I guess it is simple enough for children to find it entertaining. Do you think Prada moving? I've already read this. Nina Drama. True. That makes sense. You can say what you want. Who you got? Chimaev versus DDP. I've got DDP over Chimaev. I've got Dricus Du Plessis winning. Dubrix. I think Dricus survives round 1 and finishes Chimaev in the later rounds. Dricus has a really good fundamental base in jiu-jitsu and submission grappling. And it's something that not a lot of people know about. And also he came up originally as a welterweight as well, which I really like. I really like here. And I know Whittaker had the same things, but Dricus is bigger, stronger. I think more gritty and heart. He has more heart than Whittaker by far. He's tougher. He's more durable. He doesn't have the teeth problems that Whittaker had. So I think he's going to break Chimaev in the later rounds. Dubrix. Thank you for the 10. Do you really think Paddy can beat Ilya or trolling? No, I don't. I think he could beat him, and I think he will give him some kind of problem to figure out. I don't think it's going to be a first round finish. I think it'll be a second round finish for Ilya if he fights Paddy. And Paddy will have a moment where he lands some shots and has some moments in the fight and maybe gets a takedown that gets reversed. Things like that. But, no, I think Ilya will win. Islam versus Sean Brady. Who would you pick? I'd pick Makhachev right now, I'd say. Stuffing the takedowns and probably outstriking him on the back foot. So I would probably pick him. But Brady's very good. And I don't know if Makhachev does that to Leon Edwards. So maybe Brady's could do well dominantly in the grappling against him. But I doubt it. Thoughts on UFC Noche? I like that it's a fight night, chat, because you want to know why? I'm getting hope. Is anyone else getting hope that we're not going to see Volkanovski versus Rodriguez? I've been putting the pieces together, dude. Over the past few days, they've been coming together. The clues have been aligning. UFC Noche is a fight night. Volkanovski's actively talking about the fact that Evloev should be next if he wins his next fight. And he's not even talking about Rodriguez at all as a next opponent, you know? I like that Lopez versus Silva got made. Because it means that Yair Rodriguez turned him down. And I don't think the UFC gives him a title shot. But this card's really good. Just needs a bit more. It only has a few fights on there at the moment. But they look pretty good in terms of the fights that they are. Jared Gordon, Rafa Garcia, Diego Lopez, Gene Silva. Pretty decent. Nickname for Curtis, other than Cotton Boy, he white. Okay, nickname for Curtis. Don't call it Curtis, dude. Forget this nickname for Curtis. No loopholes, no nothing. Just don't call your child Curtis. He's not an 80-year-old man. Body kick. Have you seen Joshua Van Jackson episode? I watched a few of them. A few minutes of it just a second ago. But no, I haven't seen it all. Thank you for the $5, dude. Finally watched the stuff with Clayton. Free Clayton. Oh, no. Am I going to have to do an investigation on the Clayton stuff? That's sad. Thoughts on Ngannou being Tom's best competition? That would be his best competition. If he could scoop up that name on his resume right now in MMA, that would really help. In fact, I would say, chat, if Tom Aspinall beat Francis Ngannou in his next fight after Cyril Gane, he is the heavyweight GOAT. I would very clearly say that. So that would mean he wouldn't have to put in any body of work as champion. He would just leapfrog that based on the quality of wins. Chat, yes or no? There's one thing that Lucas Tracy needs to realize. We don't tolerate rage bait on our platform. You know what I mean? We do not tolerate rage bait on our platform of YouTube MMA. And that's something that Lucas Tracy needs to realize. There's no space for blatant, obvious, dumb, low-effort rage bait in our fucking community here on MMA YouTube. And it's disgusting. Yeah, I saw the Okoye bots out in full force looking for their big moment to debate. When someone makes an objectionably wrong thing, wrong take, Okoye's there to pounce. Vancouver, Brazil, Perth. Already Fiziev ripping body kicks and moving about on the back foot the entire time. Where is Lucas on the retard of all time list? I don't know, dude, but he's pushing for first place with this Arman Sarukian positioning. There's just so many It actually is like a decent list, if not for the Arman. Dude, he's actually really fumbled it purely based on his positioning for Arman Sarukian. And I feel like I know why he's doing it, chat. I have a theory as to why Lucas Tracy is overhyping Arman Sarukian. Okay? And are you ready for this? This is deep, okay? This is real shit right here, okay? It's not that he's gay for Arman. He loves Ilya Topuria, and he wants to make sure that if likely the case, Arman Tsarukyan is the next opponent of Ilya Topuria, that if Ilya beats him, he can declare Ilya the greatest fighter of all time. Because Arman's number, he's top 20 of all time himself. That's what he's doing. I really think so. I think he loves it. He loves it. If Ilya were to beat him, he could then, by previously elevating Arman's status in his own mind in the GOAT list, he could call it quits, rub his hands of the whole affair, and call Ilya the outright GOAT of the sport for beating Arman Tsarukyan. That's what I think. But, you know, other than that, the list is pretty good. Oh, isn't it lamowable? That balding Drew Tracy doesn't respond to chat. Okay. He read some of the messages, I guess. He just didn't want to give you guys a full sense of that he's really back to the live stream and stuff. Chat, you know what? You know what's the funniest thing ever, chat? This is true. Lucas Tracy posted his... You know how Lucas hasn't been going live at all? He posted that GOAT list, and he got so worked up at home seeing the reaction to it that he angrily and frustratedly started live. In a heat of, like, anger and in a rush of absolute rage and frustration, he started up that live to try and justify. So, because you know he hasn't been going live at all recently, and he's made a point not to. So he posted that shit and immediately must have been worked up at home, like, fucking, I'm not rage baiting, and he's just raging at his house. And saying, I'll go live and tell them. You know what I mean? I'll go live and say it. I don't care. He was genuinely worked up about that, which is great. He was yelling on the live, yeah. Yeah. He's worked up. Impression of Chandler addressing his adopted army to be ready for war. All right, everybody, we gotta get a real clean sweep of the Apple Store. Get out there, kids. You know what to do. Impression of Tom catching Pat Barry taking pics of his kids at school. If I ever fucking catch you again, mate, this ain't some fucking rugrat that you can experiment on like Rose. It's my fucking son. Future champ, he's 100% not. Yeah. 100% he's not. Lucas is so bad, how do you like him? He seems like a cool dude. His takes might be straight up retarded at times. But he's, I don't think he's that bad of a person. Fran Dog, thank you for the membership, dude. I appreciate you very much indeed. Wait, what happened in his live? Oh, he raged and coped about Arman being at number 18 above Oliveira, Adesanya, Poirier. Bunch of names, really. Arman over Fedor is based. I don't mind the fucking Fedor disrespect, dude. He was fighting absolute cans. I'll watch it after it's done. Impression of Lucas defending putting Pedro Hizzo, the Marauder, above Islam because Hizzo beat the great Arlovsky. You guys need to understand. He's a crafty bat. He's got big many hooks. Yeah! He's a crafty vet. Makhachev, he's got big many hooks. Yeah! He's got, on his, who's got, cobblestone, wobblestone knees. He's a crafty vet. And big many hooks. This guy's in fucking pitches in Creepville. Shamil the Blob Gaziev. Shamil the Blob Gaziev. Big many hooks. Lucas Tracy. You know what's funny, chat? You know what I really like in life? You know when there's certain characters that exist in life? Where they just have such weird tendencies and odd ways of like communicating that it's just it's funny. Maybe I'm one of them to you guys in a way, but I don't know. I always find that funny when there's just certain people that are just... Even Jesse on Fire, yeah. I know people hate Jesse on Fire, but isn't he such a character, you know? Impression of Lucas making then enjoying a nice mango lasky. Yeah! Big Mitty Hooks. I made a fucking, mango nasty. A fucking mango lasky in the Real Food Cookbook. I'm a crafty man. Big Mitty Hooks, sorry. Yeah! Or a fucking Pictures of Creamville. He's to laugh in the middle of his words that he does sometimes, you know? Thank you for the £5. Impression of Rogan commentary on Jones tackling a ladyboy. Oh! That's his type! People forget, man. That's his fucking type. Vinny Sharman. People forget, man. It's a stamp of shame more than anything, but you know, you can take some positivity from it. Thoughts on Flukas' GOAT list? Disgusting. Honestly, it was an absolute disaster. Arman has 2 good wins. And here's the thing, man. He has Oliveira below Armand Sarukian and Aljamain Sterling below Armand Sarukian. He has Arman above Oliveira because he beat Oliveira and he has a win over Oliveira. But Aljamain Sterling has a win over Peter Yan, who he has way up there on the GOAT list, while Aljamain Sterling is way down there. And there's this massive gap between them. Aljamain Sterling was a title defense away from being considered the bantamweight GOAT. Lucas Tracy has people that could be considered the GOATs of their division. Could be considered the GOATs of their division. Below Armand Sarukian on the GOAT list. That's what we're seeing there. Adesanya is the highest ranked middleweight, I believe, or maybe they had Dricus du Plessis on there, but he has people that are in the debate of being a GOAT of their whole division in the history of the sport, and he has them below Armand Sarukian, and it has to be rage bait. Has to be rage bait. He had Arman at number 18 overall of all time. Let me find this fucking list again. This has truly shook the MMA community to its core. Because it is disgusting. It is absolutely fucking vile to look at. Jesus Christ, man. It is fucking bad. Armand Sarukian above Charles Oliveira, Israel Adesanya, Dustin Poirier. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Do 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 do. Doom doom. Where's Demetrius Johnson ranked on his GOAT list? I don't even see Mighty Mouse. Where's Mighty Mouse on the GOAT list? Is he on there? Oh, he is. He's 11 to 15. Okay. All right. An intriguing selection of choices from him here. I don't know. Having Arman above GOATs of entire divisions, arguably, like the second place or third place GOATs of entire divisions, is just insane. MMA community must have unified for Tracy. No way y'all giving him this much clout for L takes. Nah, it's just funny, innit? Jesus Christ. Mighty Mouse is a great fighter, but his picks suck. Oh, he's picked the same fight. He's picked my picks recently. What are you trying to say, buddy? Didn't Lucas and Gaethje and Aljo put Gaethje and Aljo right next to each other? I don't know the full extent of the list. I'm not going through the whole thing, but there was just some glaring rage bait in there. Mighty Mouse, I've already read it. Get off stream and go hit. No, shut up, dude. I'll do what I want. Why is Joe Rogan always coping with Jones? It seems like he is John's secret admirer or something. Is Rogan gay? There is an argument to suggest that Joe Rogan is gay, and I may have to now fulfill that and make the entire documentary. Maybe Joe Rogan's the next target, dude. No, I'm joking. But, no. I don't know. Yeah, he's always coping about John Jones. He just can't come to terms with the fact that he's a PED cheat, and it's insane. My video is blown up about it, which is pretty good. Aspinall isn't even on the list, but Arman is. I don't know. Arman's just way too fucking high up the list. It's disgusting. Thoughts on you being visibly bricked up when first seeing Drickus train in your vlog? I was not visibly bricked up in that moment in any way whatsoever. Almost 2 years. There is no ASMR stream with Demetrius Johnson, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Knock it off, fellas. Hey, why don't you fellas fucking knock it off, you punks? Lucas had Peter Yan like 5 spots ahead of DJ. Crazy. Dude, Yan has really good wins. Listen, I understand some of the takes on Lucas Tracy's list. Like, I do get that what he's saying about the old champions. When you really look at some of their wins that they have, they aren't the same level of fighters. They just aren't the same level of fighters whatsoever. So I do get some of his takes. I just think he's pushing some weird reality with this Arman thing. And I told chat earlier, I think the reason why he's propping Arman up so much is because he really wants to have the chance to say Ilya's the outright GOAT if he does beat Arman. And so in order for him to do that, he needs to also consider subconsciously that Arman is some absolute goated level fighter that's crazy to add to Ilya Tapuria's resume. I think that's what he's doing with it. I just don't understand the Arman thing. You have gained over 344k subs since I started following.